All right, spring is now behind you. What did you think of their development compared to what you hoped it would be at this point?
Yeah, I think in some ways, I think we're a little bit ahead of schedule maybe of where I thought we'd be, just in terms of the work ethic and the guys buying in. I've just been really pleased with just the kind of intangible things I've seen from this group. I thought they've worked hard. I thought they've practiced hard. They've done everything we've asked them to do. They've worked hard in the weight room in preparation for having spring ball, and thought we got consistent effort from them pretty much every practice, and so I was pleased that way. We got a long way to go. Just trying to make all the pieces fit together. That's what you always have to do, is figure out where your strengths are and your weaknesses, and try to get them addressed, and develop guys and build around your strengths and try to hide your weaknesses. So that's something that we'll start doing now as we go back and start looking at the tape and really preparing for fall camp and trying to figure out what we want to feature on both sides of the ball. But I thought it was a good spring, really did. Like I said, like the way they competed. We have one more practice on Monday where we'll work defensively against Navy and start working on some of their triple option stuff, so our players can do that over the summer. But yeah, I thought overall it was good, and I think the best thing about it was we didn't have a single serious injury this spring, not one. Don't know that I've ever not had an injury, any kind of serious injury ever in a spring football, and so I think it's a credit to Kaz Kazadi, our strength and conditioning coach, and our players for being in great physical condition. And we tackled a bunch. We went live, probably over 300 plays this spring, and to come out injury-free again says a lot about our players and the way they prepared. So I'm excited about what we did.
How do you feel about the defense?
I thought they did. I thought they made a huge improvement. I really did. You can start to see them playing with some more confidence, and I think we've got a good scheme, and I think we still have to develop some guys, on the back end. But I thought we tackled a lot better from the beginning to the end. I thought we improved dramatically. I thought we played a lot more physical. I thought we ran the ball better. All the things you want to see, I was really pleased with, and I thought they did a good job today. Put them in some binds in the red zone. They gave up a couple of plays in the red zone, a couple of touchdowns, but I think they proved this spring they're hard to drive against consistently, and I was proud of the progress they made.
What went into hiring Kevin as the DC? How'd that come about?
Just a lot of his name kept coming up when you talk to people, and then you started to dive into it a little bit more in terms of looking at stats and measuring improvement in a place that historically hasn't had a great defense, and what he did there at Northern Illinois in a couple of years really speaks for itself in terms of how much they improved in the couple of years he was there. And then he's worked with a lot of people that I know and respect and think a lot of, and so he came incredibly highly recommended, and so the more I investigated and started checking around, the more his name kept coming up. And then when I met with him, I knew 10, 15 minutes into it that he was the guy. He just had a plan, a very specific plan on what he wanted to do, how he wanted to do it. He's got a presence and an attitude about him that I think is really important. And, he believes in the same things I believe in, being good fundamentally, playing with technique, playing with effort, playing with a tough mental attitude. And I think, he knows defense, and he's not afraid to think outside the box. And so I think those are all things that you have to do to be a good defensive coach, and I think he checks all those boxes.
You said you wanted to simplify the offensive scheme and get those plays that pretty much work every time. How do you feel like the team?
Yeah, I think we still got a ways to go as far as just being able to execute the level we want to execute. What we did, we put a lot of stuff in the spring, and we'll pare it down, and just wanted to see what our guys were comfortable with and the best way to get our guys the ball. And then we'll see, who we have coming in. We'll have some additions to our team over the summer with some graduate transfers, and so we'll roll out of here with what pretty good idea of what we have right now and what we think they can become, and then add some to the mix, and like I said, put all the pieces together and see where it goes. I feel good about us offensively. We don't have a lot of depth right now at wide receiver. That's something that plagued us all spring. We weren't able to get the load of work that you want to get, the reps that you want to get sometimes, just because we didn't have enough bodies both at wide receiver and on the offensive line. You know, we finished up with 8 linemen. But, you know, I thought the guys worked hard. I thought they showed some promise, and so I think if you add a couple of pieces and tweak a couple of things, then you know, you have a chance to put something together that can, you know, be consistent and hopefully score enough points for us to win some games.
Which players do you think made the most progress this spring?
Well, you know, I think there was a bunch. I mean, I think that you know, I think units have made progress. I think you look at the back end, I think we got a lot better on the back end. We needed to improve our tackling back there and just our approach mentally, and I think our communication vastly improved there. You know, I was glad to see some linebackers, you know, start to step up and be a little more consistent. I think Richard Moore is somebody that probably has you know, made some major improvement just from where he started to where he finished. It was a little rusty, you know, having to sit out last year. You know, when you look at the offensive group, you know, I think you know, Will Brown is a, you know, true freshman that came in, and we didn't really know what we were going to get out of him. And the more we played him in games, the more he made plays, and you know, kind of started to open some people's eyes to some of the potential he's got maybe down the road, and as he continues to develop. So, you know, those are some guys that come to mind. You know, I think the whole offensive line group, mentality-wise, really grew. Was glad to see that. So, you know, I think overall, you know, we made the kind of improvements you want to make in the spring. And as I said earlier, the biggest thing was just, you know, no injuries. We didn't have any major injuries at all this spring, and so being able to do that was a huge bonus.